Is my voice audible to you all?
Yes, sir. You're audible, sir.
Okay, okay.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, good morning. Okay, so with the last class, what we have discussed, the dimensional formula of G. Okay, now can you find the dimensional formula of power? Find the dimensional formula of power. Okay, so dimensional formula of power. Okay, so can you get the answer for this?
Sir, M1 L2 T minus 2.
Okay, very good. Okay, so power is basically what? Power is work done by time. Okay, so work done dimensional formula we have already found, that is equal to ml square t minus 2 divided by time t. Okay, so it should be coming as how much? Ml square t minus 3. Okay, so power formula should be equal to ml square t minus 3. Okay, now did the density? Yes, density we have done. Okay, now can you find the dimensional formula of torque? Now torque formula is torque. Okay, dimensional formula of torque. Now, what is the formula of torque? Torque formula is R cross F. Okay, fine. So R cross F, or we can say RF. Okay, just take RF only. Okay, R F. Now R is the radius and F is the force. Okay, so can you find the dimensional formula of torque? Hmm. Torque is R cross F. Fine. Now what is torque? I'll explain something about torque. Okay, like if we have any body like this, any body is like this. Okay, now if I fix the body at some point, like let's suppose I'm fixing the body at this point. Now if I apply the force, say at point A, now point A is at a distance of r from the point where we have fixed the object. So what will happen? Because of this force, can the body move? Can the body move because of this force? No, the body cannot move in because of this force, but it can rotate about this axis. So this body start rotating about this axis. Okay, so what is torque? Torque is the effect of force which brings the rotation of the body. Okay, so torque is that effect of the force which brings the rotation of the body. Okay, so can we get the dimensional formula of torque?
ML cube T minus 2.
Okay, that what is see, the r is r is length. Dimensional formula of force is what? Ml square t minus 2, ml t minus 2, sorry. So the formula of force is mlt minus 2. So what is the formula of torque? It should come as ml square t minus 2. So dimensional formula of torque will come as ml square t minus 2. Okay, now next is frequency. Okay, can you find a dimensional formula of frequency?
T power minus 1.
Yes, very good. So what is frequency? Frequency is number of oscillation, is number of oscillation. Okay, number of oscillation per second, or we can say number of oscillation by time is frequency. Okay, so the number of oscillation, number is a dimensionless quantity. Any number like 2, 3 is dimensionless quantity. Okay, so number of oscillation is dimensionless, which means it should be m0 l0 t0 divided by time t. So we are getting what? The dimensional formula of frequency would be equal to m0 l0 t minus 1. That is the dimensional formula of frequency. Now, can you find the dimensional formula of wavelength? Dimensional formula of wavelength.
Sir, M0 L1 T0.
Very good. So wavelength is what? Length of the object. Okay, wavelength is please unmute yourself. Please unmute yourself. Okay. So wavelength is this. Please unmute yourself. Sorry, please mute yourself. Okay. So wavelength is what? Length of the object, or we can say not length of the object. If you remember the formula of wavelength, speed of the sound, the speed of the sound is equal to wavelength into frequency. Okay. Speed is equal to okay. So speed is equal to wavelength into frequency. Okay, wavelength into frequency. Now, what is dimensional formula? Velocity, that is ml t minus 1 lt minus 1. Please mute yourself. Okay, m0 lt minus 1 is velocity. Wavelength we have to find. Frequency is what? m0 l0 t minus 1. Okay, so if you solve this, you will get the lambda equal to m0 l1 t0. Okay, so dimensional formula of wavelength would be m0 l0 t minus m0 l1 t0. Okay, now next is okay. Now next is one thing is there,
Sir, can you
surface.
explain the wavelength again?
See, wavelength is equal to velocity is equal to wavelength into frequency. Okay, so velocity of sound is equal to wavelength into frequency. Now velocity dimension is what? m0 lt minus 1 equal to lambda. Lambda we have to find dimensional formula of lambda. We have to find lambda is wavelength. Okay, and frequency we know that is m0 l0 t minus 1. Okay, so if you solve this, you'll get m0 l1 t0. Okay, that is the frequency wavelength of dimension formula of wavelength. Okay,
Okay, sir.
next is please mute yourself. Okay, fine. So next is surface tension. Okay, surface tension. Okay, the formula of surface tension is T is equal to F by L. Okay, F is the force, L is the length. So surface tension is defined by force per unit length. Okay, can you find a dimensional formula of surface tension? Surface tension is force per unit length. Okay,
Sir, M1
Sir,
L0 T
L
minus
minus
2.
M1 L0 T minus 2. I think that would be the answer.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
dimensional formula of force is what? ML T minus 2. Okay, divided by length L. L is length. Okay, so if you take length in the numerator, we'll get 1 minus 1 0. So the answer would be equal to M0, sorry, M1. It should be M1 M1 L0 M1 L0 T minus 2. Okay, so that is the dimensional formula of surface tension. Okay, one more thing is there, that is coefficient of viscosity eta. Okay, coefficient of viscosity. that is eta. Okay, now formula I will give you. What is coefficient of viscosity? The viscous force F is equal to eta into area into dv by dx into v by x or dv by dx. Now you will ask me, sir, what is viscous force? It would be explained to you in fluid dynamics. Okay, I just give you one idea what is viscosity. That if you take a if you take a fluid if you take a fluid like this, okay, the fluid had different layers. Okay, the fluid has different layers. So when the one layer try to slide over another layer, that is the first layer. If it is like, see, viscosity is like the friction between the layers of the liquid. Like friction is there like when you move the body on the surface, there is friction na? Okay, that will oppose the motion of the body. The same way, when one layer of the liquid tries to slide over the another layer, then there is a friction between these layers of the liquid. That friction is known as viscosity. Okay, so here eta is the coefficient of viscosity, F is the viscous force, A is the area. Now area is the cross section area. Okay, this is the area of the fluid. Okay, so A is the area of the fluid. Okay, dv by dx is volume velocity per unit length. Means what is the velocity change in velocity? Like upper layer has velocity v1, second layer has velocity v2. So how much velocity has changed, and what is the distance between the layers? That is dx. Okay, so it would be explained to you in properly in your fluid dynamics. I'm just giving you this idea of, I want you to find the dimension formula of viscosity. Okay, can you get this now?
M1 L minus 1 T minus 1
M1 L minus 1 T minus 1.
T minus 1.
Very good. Very good. Okay. So viscous force is what? Force dimension formula will remain same. That is ml T minus 2 equal to eta. Area is what? The area dimension formula is L square. Okay. V is the velocity. So velocity dimension formula would be what? ml T minus 1 dx dimension. Dx is the length or distance between the two layers. That is L. Okay. So you will get what? ml T minus 2 equal to eta. If you solve this, what you will get? You are getting here as m. This would be L cube minus 1. L cube minus 1 means L square T minus 1. Okay. So is this correct now? MLT minus 2 L square. Okay. So what we are getting? Eta will be equal to what? We divide this. If you divide here, something is wrong here. Oh, sorry. Velocity should be LT minus 1, not MT minus 1. Okay. It should be LT minus 1. Okay. So if you solve this, if you take on this side, okay, and if you solve, you'll get eta dimension formula as so ml minus 1 T minus 1. So that is the dimensional formula of eta. Okay. So I think you understood how to find the dimensional formula of different quantities which is given to us. Okay. Fine. So if anything is given to us, like, see, this chapter is like as you are proceeding in our subject. Okay, like first we'll do kinematics. Okay, then we have the displacement, distance, velocity, acceleration. You should know all the dimensional formula of all the things. Okay, then we go to the second part, that is motion in 2D. Then work, power, energy is there. Then we have rotational dynamics is there we have alpha, torque. Okay, then we'll go for the strength means properties of solid. There we will have a strain, stress. Okay, then we'll go for the next topic, that is fluid. Then we have oscillation, waves. So as you are proceeding, we'll get different quantities. Okay, and you should know how to find the dimensional formula of all the quantities. Okay, I hope you understood. I have given you many examples for this. Okay, any doubt is there, you can ask me. Okay, so uh, this is the homework. Okay, Okay, that is your homework. We'll discuss tomorrow. Fine. Okay, make a note of this. Yesterday your exam was there or not?
No, sir.
No, sir. Because your batch started late now, that's why. Okay. Fine. So this is a homework. You can do it now. Not now. We'll discuss. I think I have discussed surface tension there. Okay. So G also have discussed. Fine. So you have to do 1, 3, and 4th question. Okay. This we have already discussed. Okay. Now next application of dimensional formula is that now we'll discuss about the application of dimensional analysis. Okay. The application of dimensional analysis. Okay. Now the first application of dimensional analysis is that it help us to check the dimensional consistency of the equation. Okay. First application of dimensional analysis is that it help us to check the dimensional consistency of the equation. Dimensional consistency of equation. Okay, that is the first application of dimensional analysis. Okay, it helps us to check the dimensional consistency of the equation. Okay, now like I give you very simple example which you know. Okay, like if you have studied equation of motion in class 8 or 9, you must have studied this equation. V is equal to u plus at. Have you studied this or not? V equal to u plus at, where v is the final velocity, u is the initial velocity, a is the acceleration, and t is the time taken. Okay. Now we know that this formula is correct. I think we know that this formula is correct. Now with the help of dimensional analysis, we can prove this that this formula is correct. Okay, we can prove this formula correct by using dimensional equation or dimensional analysis. Okay, fine. Now before going for this dimensional consistency of the equation or this to check the dimensional consistency, we need to know the principle of homogeneity. Okay, so first point in this is principle of homogeneity. Principle of homogeneity. Okay, now what is principle of homogeneity? I give you very easy example. If I have one apple and one orange, can you add one apple with one orange? If we have one apple and I said, okay, add one apple with one orange, can you add? Can we add apple with orange? Or can we subtract apple with orange?
No, sir.
No. Yes, we cannot subtract apple with orange or orange with apple or add apple with orange or orange. But if I have two apples, okay, we have three apples here and we have one apple. If I ask you, if you add both apple, how much apple you are having? Four. Okay.
Four apple.
If I am subtracting three apple with one apple, how many apple we are getting? Two. Which means what do you understand from this point? We understood one thing that we can add or subtract any quantity if they have the same unit. Okay, so or same dimension, like apple and if three apple and one apple is there, both the apples have the same dimension, so we can add or subtract the quantity having the same dimension. Okay, if two different dimensions are there, we cannot add or subtract. Like apple and orange are two different dimensions. Okay, we cannot add or subtract two different dimensions. Okay, so for addition or subtraction we need to have the same dimension. So that is what principle of homogeneity means. It said that principle of homogeneity state that the dimension of all the terms in a physical expression should be same. Okay, or we can say like this: the magnitude of physical quantities, the magnitude of physical quantities may be added or subtracted, may be added or subtracted, may be added or subtracted from one another, from one another, only if they have the same dimension, only if they have same dimensions. Okay, so we can add or subtract two physical quantities that can have the same dimension. Example, we can say like uh, like this: final velocity and initial velocity, they can be added or subtracted. Okay, or we can say acceleration cannot be added with current. Okay, so one example is there, that acceleration cannot be added with current, or velocity cannot be added with acceleration, but velocity can be added with velocity. Fine. So acceleration cannot be added with current. So if we have a quantity of acceleration, other we have current, we cannot add or subtract acceleration with current. Same, if velocity and acceleration is there, we cannot add or subtract. Okay, so this is what principle of homogeneity means. Now let us go for the example which we have taken. This v equal to u plus at, where v is the final velocity, u is the initial velocity, a is the acceleration, and t is the time taken. So we can write the equation here, that v equal to u plus at. Now you tell me one thing. In class 6 or 7 we have studied, when you can you prove this equation correct? When the left hand side quantity is equal to right hand side quantity. If LHS equal to RHS, then we can say that this equation is correct. Okay, or we have proved this equation correctly. Fine. So first of all, we have to find the dimension of left hand side. So what is the dimension of left hand side? Left hand side is velocity or final velocity. So what is the dimension of final velocity? That is L t minus 1. Correct now. Now right hand side. Now right hand side has two quantities, u and at. Can we find the dimension formula of u? U is what? Initial velocity, that is L t minus 1. What is at? At is acceleration to time. Acceleration is what? L t minus 2. Time is t. Okay, so if you solve, you will getting L t minus 1. Now you look at this principle of homogeneity, that u is lt minus 1, at is also lt minus 1. You can see both the dimensions are correct, equal. So can we add at with u? Yes, we can add at with u. Now when you add at with u, what is the dimension of resultant quantity? Like if I add u plus at, so dimension of u plus at would be what? Lt minus 1 only, na? That if you add apple with apple, you're getting apple only, na? You're not getting oranges. Same here, if you're adding the dimension of Lt minus 1 with Lt minus 1, you're getting the dimension of Lt minus 1. Okay, so u plus at dimension is Lt minus 1. Left hand side dimension is also Lt minus 1. Both the dimensions are equal. So can we say that this equation is correct? Why we can say this equation is correct? Because LHS is equal to RHS. Correct now? Did you understand this or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. Fine. So I think this you understood. Now next,
Sir.
can you check this formula? S equal to ut plus half at square. Okay, this equation also we know that it is correct equation. Okay, ut plus half at square. Now half is the numerical constant. Dimension of half will be dimensionless. That is m0, l0, t0. Okay, fine. Now prove this equation. The s equal to, s is what? S is the displacement of the object. U is the initial velocity. T is the time taken. Plus half at square, half acceleration a and t square. Can you prove this equation correct? Is this equation correct or not? Dimensionally correct or not? Okay, so for to prove this, again we have to take the same condition that left hand side dimension. Left hand side is s. S S is displacement, so dimension of displacement is m0 L1 T0. Correct now. Now UT. Now we go for right hand side. Right hand side first quantity is UT. So U into T. U is velocity. So that is L T minus 1. T is the time taken. So we are getting UT is equal to L. Okay. Or we can write here as M0 L1 T0. M0 L1 T0. Second is half AT square. Half dimension is dimensionless, so we don't consider half here. AT square, or we can say half AT square. Okay, half is dimensionless. We don't consider that. Acceleration is what? LT minus 2. Time is t square. So if you solve this, you are getting as m0 L1 t0. Now if you find the dimension of ut plus half AT square, it would be equal to m0 L1 T0. So right hand side dimension is M0 L1 T0, left hand side is M0 L1 T0, which means left hand side is equal to right hand side. Hence proof. Hence this equation is correct. Okay, fine. Are you all getting this or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. So one more problem we'll do, then we'll go to next topic of this. Okay, like one equation is there. T is equal to T is the time period equal to 2 pi root of G by L. Can you prove this equation, whether this equation is correct or not? Okay, whether equation is correct or not. Okay, G is the acceleration due to gravity, L is the length. Okay, G is the acceleration due to gravity and L is the length. Can you prove this equation correct or not? So can anyone get the answer for this? Is this equation correct or not?
Not correct, sir.
Correct. No, it is not correct. Okay. Okay, I'll prove this. Okay. Left hand side is time period. So dimension formula of time period would be what? T, that is m0 L0 t power 1. So LHS is m0 L0 t power 1. Okay. Now 2 pi is dimensionless. We don't consider dimensionless. Now go for root GL. Okay. So we can write here as root G by L 2 pi. That is RHS. Fine. Now can we 2 pi is dimensionless. So we don't consider this. Now put a bracket here. Okay. What is the dimension of wait? Okay. Put a bracket here. Divide. Dimension of G. G is acceleration due to gravity. Okay. So G is acceleration due to gravity. Dimension formula of acceleration is what? L t minus 2. Okay. Fine. Divided by L. Okay. L t minus 2 divided by L power half, because it is root here, so root we have to consider root also, so root half. Okay, so we are getting what? We are getting something around L. If you take L in numerator, you will get 0, so we will get t minus 2 power half. Okay. Now if you multiply half inside, if you multiply half with the power, you're getting the dimension of right hand side as equal to t minus 1. If you multiply half here, you get minus 2 into half, you get t minus 1. So RHS dimension is t minus 1, LHS dimension is t, which means LHS is not equal to RHS, which means this formula is not correct. Okay, LHS is not equal to RHS, therefore this formula is not correct. Fine. Did you understand this or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Fine. Now next. Now next application of dimensional analysis is the next application of dimensional analysis is that it helps us to find the dimension of the constant, the dimension of constant in a formula. Dimension of constant in formula. Now you can say, sir, the constant should be dimensionless. No, it is not necessary that constants are dimensionless. Only numerical constants are dimensionless. Okay, fine. So it is not necessary that any constant which we are giving to us is constant, is dimensionless. No, numerical constant. Numerical constant, I told you, that is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are dimensionless quantities. Okay. Remaining constant can have dimension or cannot. It may or may not have dimension. That depends upon the formula which we are using. But all constants are not dimensionless. That you have to understand. Her numerical constants are dimensionless. Like 2, 3, 4 are the numerical constant which are dimensionless. But all the constants are not dimensionless. Okay. Now to understand this application, we have to use one formula. We have to understand with the help of this example that let us suppose that force is equal to A plus BT plus CT square. Okay, fine. Now whenever they are asking you to find the dimension of a constant, then you have to automatically understand that this equation is correct. Okay, we don't need to prove this equation. Whenever they are asking you to find the dimension of a constant, then you have to understand that the equation which they have given to us is a correct equation. We don't need to check the correctness of the equation. First point on this. Okay, fine. Now we have already assumed that this equation is correct. Okay, fine. Now now if you look at this equation, A is the constant whose dimension we don't know, B is also a constant whose dimension we don't know, C is also a constant whose dimension is unknown to us. So we have to find the dimension of A, B and C. So find dimension of A comma B and C. Okay, now to prove this, first of all you have to understand this equation is correct. Okay, now if this equation is correct, then left hand side dimension should be equal to right hand side dimension. Okay, if the equation is correct, then we can say the left hand side dimension equal to right hand side dimension. Fine. So what is the dimension of left hand side? Left hand side is force. Dimension of force we know, that is equal to what? MLT minus 2. Okay, so that is the dimension formula of force we know. Now right hand side. Now if this equation is to be correct, then right hand side dimension should also be equal to left hand side dimension. Okay, so if you look at the right hand side dimension, A plus BT plus CT square is the right hand side. So just think on this point. The dimension of A should be same as dimension of BT, should be same as dimension of CT square, and whose dimension should be equal to force dimension. Am I correct or not? If the equation is to be correct, then we can write that dimension of A should be equal to BT should be equal to CT square. Okay, BT plus CT equal to CT square. Then only if dimension of A equal to BT equal to CT square, then only if you add this right hand side, you'll get the dimension of force. Okay, now we know that uh, now logically can we say that dimension of A should be equal to force only, because this should be force, because force should be added with force, then only we can get the force. Okay, the dimension of A will come as force, that is ml t minus 2. Okay, now bt, the dimension of bt should also be equal to force, dimension of A should also be equal to force, dimension of bt should also equal to force. So bt, b, bt, t means time, so bt, dimension of force should be equal to ml t minus 2. So we are getting what? We are getting B dimension equal to ml t minus 3. Am I correct or not? ml t minus 3. Okay, if you take t in the denominator and if you take in numerator, you get ml t minus 3. Same way, dimension of C, ct square. The dimension of ct square should be equal to force dimension, that is ml t minus 2. So C, t square is t square, that is ml t minus 2. That will come as C. If you divide here, you will get what? ml t minus 2 divided by t square. So we are getting how much? ml t minus 4. The dimension of C will come as ml t minus 4. Okay. Did you understand this or not? How we are getting the dimension of the constant? We are here also, we are using the principle of homogeneity. We state that only the same quantities, same dimension quantities can be added. Okay, and if the equation is correct, then left hand side equation should be equal to right hand side equation. Is this correct or not? Did you all understand this?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay, so kindly respond to me. Okay, then only I can understand whether you are getting this or not. If not, then I will explain again. Okay, but you have to respond. Any one of you can respond. Fine. And if you have doubt also, you can ask me at that moment only. Fine. You don't need to
Sir,
wait for the tell.
so now if we add threes, we
What?
will we get that f is equal to mlt minus 2.
Where?
A
A.
b a plus bt plus ct square
Ha
is
ha
equal to f.
ha.
Can we get?
No. See. It is like that. Just think one point. Okay. If left hand side is 4 Newton, I'm giving you the example here. F 4 Newton. So when can you have 4? Let us suppose A is equal to 2 Newton plus 1 Newton, BT equal to 1 Newton, and CT square equal to 1 Newton. So you will add, you'll get what? 4 Newton. So just think on this one Newton. You just look at the Newton here. So if you're adding Newton means 2 plus 1, we are getting 4 Newton. Okay. So if you look at this, dimension of A should be equal to Newton, dimension of BT should be equal to Newton, and dimension of CT square should also be equal to Newton. Okay, that concept we are using, principle of homogeneity. Okay, so dimension of A should be equal to force, dimension of BT should also equal to force, dimension of CT square should also be equal to force. Then when you add, you'll get this force. Okay, like this. 4 Newton equal to 2 Newton plus 1 Newton plus 1 Newton. You are getting 4 Newton. Then LHS equal to RHS. Like this. Okay,
Okay.
fine. Now next,
Sir,
tell.
sir, can you explain that CT square alone again, sir?
CT square again. Okay. See, CT square, dimension of CT square should be equal to dimension of the force. Okay, that is ml t minus 2. Now t is the time, so it should be t square. So CT square equal to ml t minus 2. Divide in this side. Okay. So we'll get ml t minus 2 by t square. Okay. You take t square in numerator, you'll get what? ml t minus 4. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Simple mathematics it is. Okay. So we don't need to worry about this. Fine. Next. Okay. Next formula, can you find the dimension of? Question is that if P is equal to AT plus BT square by C plus T. Okay, fine. Now I'll tell you what is P. P is the momentum. P is the momentum. I hope I told you about momentum. Okay, you have to find the dimension of A, B, and C. Okay, kindly mute yourself. Please mute yourself. Okay, so the question is that we have one equation that P is equal to AT plus BT square by C plus T. Okay, where P is the momentum of the momentum. So can you find the dimension of A, B, and C? Can we find the dimension of A, B, and C? P is the momentum. So we need to find the dimension of AT plus BT square, A, B, and C. Okay. Now what we have to do? First of all, we have to think about momentum. Left hand side. Left hand side is momentum. Okay. Dimension of momentum. Momentum formula we know. That is mass into velocity. So dimension formula of P will come as how much? Mass dimension is M. Velocity is LT minus 1. So we are getting dimension formula of momentum equal to MLT minus 1 is dimensional formula of momentum. Okay. So LHS dimension formula we know. Now you tell me one thing. Dimension of AT should be equal to momentum and dimension of this whole quantity should be equal to momentum. Okay. Then only if a dimension of AT is momentum and dimension of BT square by C plus T is also momentum, then only we can get the momentum at the left hand side. Okay. So we can write here as RHS, or we can say dimension of the dimension of AT should be equal to momentum dimension of momentum. Okay, so what is the dimension of AT? A we don't know, but T we know. T is the time. That should be equal to dimension of momentum, that is ml t minus 1. Okay, you take T in this side, we'll get A equal to ml t minus 1 by T. Okay, you take T in numerator, we're getting A dimension equal to ml t minus 2. So dimension of A we are getting as ml t minus 2. Okay, now next is dimension of C and T. Now one thing is there, just look at the C here. In this equation, look at this C. Just look at this denominator, C plus T. Now you tell me, when can you add the C with T? If the dimension of C equal to dimension of time, that is the principle of homogeneity, na? That only the same dimension can be added or subtracted. So if we are adding T with C, so dimension of C should be equal to dimension of T. Then only we can add C with T. Okay, so we can write here as the dimension of C, the dimension of C should be equal to dimension of time, dimension of T. Then only we add C with T. Okay, So dimension of C is C. Dimension of time is M0 L0 T1. So dimension formula of C we are getting as M0 L0 T1. Okay, fine. Now kindly mute yourself, man. Whoever is this. Okay. Please unnecessarily don't unmute yourself. Okay. And please check that whether it is mute or not. Okay. Fine. So we got the dimension of C equal to T. Okay. Now next thing is what? This whole quantity. This BT square by CT. Dimension of this whole quantity should be equal to dimension of T. So we can write here as what? The dimension of dimension of BT square by C plus T. Dimension of BT square by C plus T should be equal to dimension of momentum. Dimension of momentum. Correct now? Now we have to find the B dimension. Now you just tell me denominator should be time only because C plus T means if you add 1 second with 2 seconds, you are getting the dimension of denominator as second only. Okay. So can we write this as what? B. Dimension of T square is T square. Dimension of C plus T is T. Should be equal to momentum dimension. So dimension of momentum is what? ML T minus 1. Okay. So if you solve this, you take this in numerator, you'll get T power 1. Then you divide here. So we get B equal to ML T minus 1 by T. Because if you take this here, you'll get what? T power 1 divide here. So if you take this in numerator, we'll getting B equal to ML T minus 2. So that is a dimensional formula of what? Momentum. B. So we get dimensional formula of B is MLT minus 2. Dimension formula of C M0 L0 T power 1. And dimension formula of A equal to MLT minus 2. Okay. Did you all get this or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I hope you can find the dimension of different quantities. Okay.
Yes, sir.
You want more problems or you have understood? Okay, one more problem you can do. Okay. Like one equation is given to us, that is van der Waal equation. Okay. This equation is that question is that P plus A by V square. P plus A by V square into V minus B. V minus B should be equal to RT. Now I tell you what all quantities. This question was asked in NEET exam. Okay. So P plus A by V square, V minus B equal to RT. Now I tell you about different quantities where P is pressure, P is pressure, V is volume, and R is universal gas constant, and T is the temperature. Find the dimension of A and B. Find the dimension of A and B. Okay. Can you get the answer for this? Dimension of A and B. This is a van der Waals equation. Okay.
Sir, here R is equal to M0 L0 T0, sir.
R. Actually, you don't need this R value first of all. Without that also you can solve A and B equation.
Okay, sir.
Just think. Just think. You'll get the answer without using R and T.
Sir,
Tell.
sir, A is M1 L5 T minus 2
Okay. What is B? B.
and B.
Hmm.
So B is M0 L3 T0.
Very good. Very good. We don't need R and T value first of all. Why we don't need? We can simply use principle of homogeneity here. Okay. So by principle of homogeneity, can we say that the dimension of pressure P should be equal to dimension of A by V square? That is what homogeneity means, that when can you add two different objects, quantities, if they have the same dimension. So can I write here as what? Dimension of P should be equal to dimension of A by V square. So what is the dimension formula of P? So P is the pressure. Pressure is force by area. So I think dimension formula of P will come as M L minus 1 T minus 2, I think. Okay. ML minus 1 T minus 2 is the dimension formula of pressure. Okay. Fine. Should be equal to dimension of A by V square. Dimension of A we don't know. V is the volume. So dimension of volume is what? L cube whole square, which means L power 6. You take in this side, we'll get A equal to what? M L minus 1 T minus 2 into L power 6. Okay. So dimension of A will come as how much? Multiply there, you get M L power 5 T minus 2. So dimension formula of A will come as ml power 5 T minus 2. Now next again we use the principle of homogeneity, that dimension of volume, the dimension of volume V should be equal to dimension of B. Dimension of B. So dimension of volume is what? L cube should be equal to B. So answer would be B dimension would be equal to M0 L cube T0. That is the dimension formula of P. So we don't need to find the value of R or T. Without that also we can get the answer. And this was actually asked in the NEET exam. Okay, fine. Did you all understand this or not? How to find the dimension of the constant value?
Yes, sir.
Any doubt is there, you can ask me now. Okay, fine. So I hope you understood this. Now can we do one more problem, or you want me to show the slides?
On the outside.
What?
Sir, L will become minus 6 now, sir.
Why minus 6?
Because from denominator we are taking the numerator, sir.
No. Here we are cross multiplying here. Na, see, this L cube L power 6 will go in this side. So it becomes what? M L minus 1 T square into L power 6. Now multiply here. It would be -1 plus 6. -1 plus 6 will be 5. L power -1 into L power 6 is what? L power 5 only, na?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Thank you.
fine.
Sir, first slide.
Okay, I'll show you the slides. Wait. So I think I started from this one. That is the first slide. Today we have discussed power. Okay. That is second slide. This is homework. We have to do this homework. Okay, fine. This one next.
Sir, homework slide.
Okay, I'll show. Let me show all the slides, then I will show that slide also. Okay. Okay. So I think we have 2 minutes left. Can we do this homework problems? Okay. We can do first problem itself. Question number 1. MLT minus 1 is a dimension of. Can you tell me the answer for this? Power, momentum, force, or couple? MLT minus 1 is a dimension of power, momentum, force, or couple?
Power.
Momentum. Power. Why power, man? It should be momentum, na?
Momentum, sir.
Just break this. M is mass, so we can say mass. LT minus is velocity. So mass into velocity is what? Momentum. Just break this now. M and LT minus 1. Okay, so answer would be momentum. Second problem we have already done. Okay. Now fifth problem we have already done. Surface tension formula, dimension of surface tension. Okay. Now can we do this problem or we can leave now? Okay. We don't have time. Any doubt is that you can ask me. So I think tomorrow we have to discuss question number 3 and question number 4 only. Fine. Any doubt is there you can ask me now. Any problem anyone is having? Okay. So thank you all.
Thank you, sir.